Welcome back, True Seeker. Have another important video to add to the August 11th, 2019 watch playlist. In case you have not seen any of these videos, please take the time to do so. Very quickly, we're watching the date August 11th, 2019 for a number of reasons. In recent days, during the time of Rosh Hashanah, September 9th through September 11th, 2018, the mainstream media was circulating stories about a cow of prophecy being born in Israel. The cow was supposedly born on September 4th, the day leaving 118 days left in the year. And this cow, it foreshadows a great tragedy coming that will give wake to the third temple being built, which is part of Jewish prophecy. The Jewish prophecy is when the third temple is built, the Jewish Messiah will be revealed. And the thing about August 11th, again, this cow was born on the day leaving 118 days left in the year. August 11th is a date written 11/8, like 118. Well, next year, 2019, August 11th, is the day to remember Tisha B'Av, to remember the destruction of the two temples, which is part of the prophecy of the coming third temple. Also, next year on August 11th, the way the calendars align, it will be the Islamic holy day, the festival of sacrifice. And since talking about that, people have pointed out this South Park cartoon called Ginger Cow, which is about this same event, the sacred cow, the cow of prophecy. And anyway, the title of that cartoon points to the date August 11th, which we discussed. This morning, somebody left this comment watching one of the videos from the playlist. They wrote, "Funny they removed the Simpsons season 19 episode 17 video." So I wanted to look up what that is. And it happens to be called Apocalypse Cow. Season 19, episode 17. We're talking about 2019, the date August 11th. In the Quran, the most sacred number is 19. The Quran code is centered around the number 19, all things we've discussed. But look at what date this aired. April 27th, 2008. 2008 was a leap year. So April 27th in 2008 was the 118th day of the year. One more thing pointing to the exact same number. Apocalypse Cow. If you read the stories about this red cow, this red heifer being born on September 4th, this is what they're saying. It foreshadows Armageddon. It foreshadows the apocalypse. It foreshadows the biblical disasters of Revelation. All of this part of the prophecy of bringing about the third temple. Notice in non-leap years, April 27th is also the 117th day of the year. I just did the video on the secret Jewish history of 7/11. Check that out, very important. So, with regards to this being the Simpsons are known for their predictive programming, and I want to talk about that a bit. First of all, I want you to see that Apocalypse Cow sums to the same thing as Temple Mount. And as we've been talking about in this playlist, all of the coding points to Temple Mount. It's kind of like revisionist history, the Temple Mount being this sacred place where the prior two temples once stood. Biblical scholars will tell you that the first two temples were not at the site of Temple Mount, but in modern history, they say they were. And now the Dome of the Rock, the Islamic structure's there. That's why Zionists, hardcore Zionists, want to destroy the Dome of the Rock and build the third temple there. So this is the time we're living in now. It's not the true biblical history, but it's the biblical history, the way it's now understood amongst the masses. So anyway, Temple Mount, we've already been talking about this again and again, how it appears to be the target for November 8th. And what are the odds that Apocalypse Cow and Temple Mount have the same gematria? Again, read the stories in the media about the red cow. This is what it's all talking about. So, the other thing about August 11th, which we've covered, is it's the 223rd day of the year. This prophecy is supposed to be from Revelation. In Revelation, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times, and their name is the synagogue of Satan, which equals 223. The writer for The Simpsons is Matthew Abraham Groening, 223. And don't overlook his middle name, Abraham. The Abrahamic religions are Judaism, Christianity, Islam. And that's what this religious power struggle is over. The division within the Abrahamic religions. Notice also August 11th is the day leaving 142 days left in the year. The South Park cartoon, it's called Ginger Cow, which sums to 142, like the word terrorist, like how the September 11th attack lasted an hour and 42 minutes, and this story about the red cow and the biblical disaster coming was circulating at the 17-year anniversary of September 11th. Talked about why that anniversary is so special. If you missed my video on South Park, we also talked about how South Park equals 39 and how they coded the number 39 into that cartoon about the ginger cow a number of ways. The release date of this cartoon from The Simpsons, April 27th, 08, 4 plus 27 plus 08 is 39. 39 books in the Old Testament where the prophecy of the destruction of the two temples and the coming third temple originates. They didn't choose this date by accident. And, again, we were already looking at the date August 11th before we found out about the South Park cartoon, before we found out about the Simpsons cartoon. But this is par for the course. We've done this for years now. We've figured out dates that are going to be significant. In case you're new here, I've called out a lot of dates well before the tragedies came, including this past year, where on Tisha B'Av I said to circle the dates July 21st, July 22nd. I said we're going to see some tragic news. Of course, we got a mass shooting in LA, then the next day we got a mass shooting in Toronto. So anyway, with regards to The Simpsons and predictive programming, a few other things I want to remind you that I've been talking about. I've been saying how the election of Donald Trump and him being in Jerusalem for Jerusalem Day, it's all foreshadowing this agenda and the coming third temple and this cataclysm in the world. These are things I've been talking about since 2015, 2016, before Donald Trump was in Jerusalem for Jerusalem Day by the numbers. But here was Donald Trump on Jerusalem Day, over in Jerusalem, wearing his Jewish cap. I want to remind you that Donald Trump, who's being used as this puppet of prophecy, the election date was November 8th. 11/8, 118 for one more. Also, let's not forget that 15 years before Trump became president, The Simpsons foreshadowed his presidency with a sketch, from the cartoon, exactly the motions he went through in real life. And with regards to this cartoon coming 15 years before he began running for president, remember, 47 is the 15th prime number. The word president equals 47. White House 47. Government 47. Authority 47. Republican 47. Democrat 47. DC 47. Trump 47. That's why 15 years before. All of this stuff is mathematically thought out and planned. And in my book, I go a lot deeper into the date this cartoon came out, the name of the cartoon. It's all cleverly thought out. It always is. Don't forget, Trump was in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel the night of the election. Also, don't forget that Trump announced he was running, and I'm going to be clear about this part, Trump's the 45th president, but he's the winner of the 58th U.S. presidential election, because some presidents have more than one term. People always get confused when I say that. They say, how could he have won the 58th if he's the 45th? Because some presidents have more than one term. But remember, Trump announced that he was running from the 58-story Trump Tower. He hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray for Inauguration Day. 58, special number. Third temple equals 58. Solomon's temple equals 58. Herod's temple equals 58. August 11th, 2019. 8 plus 11 plus 20 plus 19. Date with 58 numerology. Jerusalem equals 58. The winner of the 58th U.S. presidential election in Jerusalem for Jerusalem Day. You see? It's all ritual. And with regards to the 47 thing, don't forget The Simpsons also have a cartoon about Ivanka Trump running for president in 2028, the year she turns 47. She's born in 81. She'll be 47 in 2028. Trump 47 in the base cipher, Ivanka Trump also 47. And don't forget, in the Simpsons cartoon, the first female president follows the disastrous Donald Trump presidency, and that's Lisa Simpson, and our 4-base ciphers, the 4 ciphers you need to learn to see through the scripting of history and media, the alphabetic order forwards and backwards with the rules of numerology, very intuitive. If you're in the US and you've been through 2nd grade, you have the skills to do this. But I just want you to see that Lisa Simpson and Ivanka Trump are a perfect match in all 4 base ciphers. And as I always say, this dark blue one, the most important of the 4. 4747, the big DC president number. 47 degrees on the compass in the Freemason logo. Israel recognized as a nation in 1947 by the United Nations, November 29th. In Hebrew, the word God and the word Elohim sum to 47. Very special number. In the U.S., its birthday of the 4th day of the 7th month is not arbitrary. This nation's always been run by people who do things by these rituals. It's Kabbalah. Again, Kabbalah has the core belief that God created the world by merging the letter with the number. The people who are doing this are playing God over the masses that don't have a clue about this code overwhelmingly. And in case you're new here, please check out this playlist. Put some long videos together here. A lot of information, especially this one. It's over 40 minutes long. And if you want to get even more advanced in this study, I've put out a book. It released March of this year, 2018. Took me 5 years to write. It's 773 pages, and it's just $5. It's an ebook. You're more than welcome to print it out. You're more than welcome to print out multiple copies. You can print it chapter by chapter. It's priced at $5, not because it's a cheap read, but because everyone deserves to have it, even people who don't have a lot of money. Kabbalah was supposed to be the language only of the elites. The lessers weren't supposed to have it. The truth is everyone deserves to have it. I know everyone can come up with $5. Every English-speaking person in the world should own this book. And if you buy it for $5, you're more than welcome to share a digital copy with your friends and family. You can spend $5, download it through the email that comes, and forward that to 100 people. I don't care, because honestly, I just want to get the word out. So, here's going to be another piece of predictive programming from The Simpsons that comes true. August 11th, 2019, Quran Code 19, further igniting that holy war against Islam, something that's been coming to a head ever since September 11th, 2001. Don't forget, Donald Trump predicted September 11th, 2001 perfectly in his book. Not by accident, because he's part of the New World Order gang, a New World Order puppet. And don't fall for that Q thing. That Q's a psyop. And from what I understand, Q's using my teachings to mislead people. Nobody broke this code in the world before me. Don't forget that. Hate to see people misusing this information to say that Donald Trump is fighting the New World Order. That couldn't be further from the truth. Till next time, Truth Seeker.